Alrighty. Alright, give me a second. Yep. Everything's set up. Pretty much all got to say about that. Alright, everybody, we are live! We're live! Alright, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for video number 2! Right here on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below in the description box, in my pants. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell and slap it like it's your mama. But turn on all notifications so you never ever, ever miss an upload. And that's all I pretty much gotta say about that. Alright, video number 2 on the day. Check out my my last video talking about Vader and the Steiner brothers going into the WWE Hall of Fame. I did put a question mark on the original title, but then Lauren, who's now in the chat, the queen of the chat, she told me that the Steiner boys were going in, so I changed the title to Vader / Steiner brothers going into Hall of Fame. So check it out. Video before that, this, and pretty much what it is. Okay, I'll do that in just a second. Anyway, Mrs. is calling, but it is what it is. Anyway, so check it out down below in the description box. My video about Vader and the Steiner brothers going into the Hall of Fame, and that's pretty much it. All right, we got the king and queen of the chat. Well, I'm the king, of course, but we got the tribal chief of the chat, Nick Infante 92. He's here. Lauren's here. We're gonna have a good old time in just a second. But let me do something for the missus. I'll be right back. And not that, but you know. All right, we're back. I just had to ask the missus something, and I had to do something with my my thermostat. Feels cold in the feels cold in here, but it's my thermostat says 79. But it is what it is. My computer says 69 degrees and cloudy. 69 at 6 o'clock and going down fast, down like down your throat, but it is what it is. But yeah, it was pretty warm today. It was about 71, 72 degrees. It rained a little bit, still kind of raining. Looks like some thunderstorms and a little bit later, but temperature's gonna go way down, and tomorrow's gonna be like 53 tomorrow. But it's gonna be sunny, so it's gonna be a nice day, but you know, cooler than today. It's gonna be cold for the next couple of days, and back up to near 60 by I think Thursday or Friday, and then I think they said by Saturday or Sunday it's gonna go back way down. So this winter will never end, but it is what it is. But Sunday, don't forget, Saturday night at 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't forget to change your clock ahead to 3 o'clock. So if you have batteries in your clock or on your stove or whatever, just make sure you change them accordingly. But if you have a phone or a tablet or whatever, a computer, it does it automatically. So I only got like 3 clocks I gotta do by hand, but it sucks, but it is what it is. So don't forget to spring ahead on Saturday night at 2 o'clock. So you lose an hour of sleep on Saturday night going into Sunday. So, but I don't care. We don't care. I don't care. I personally don't care because I stay up late anyway. So I'm like, oh, it's 3 o'clock. God damn, I gotta go to bed. But it is what it is. But anyway, hope you had a great day, despite the rain here in the Northeast. Like I said, pretty warm day, and probably the last warm day for a little while, but hopefully we'll get back up to the 70s by the end of March going into April. Spring's about to start in about a little over a week, 2 weeks. So that's something to look forward to. No baseball still, which sucks. I think we're probably gonna get baseball in May now. I mean, there's no way that these idiots are gonna get a deal done by the end of this month. And if they do, gotta have 4 weeks of spring training, which will go into mid-April. And then I don't know. I would think if they get something done now, that that opening day will probably be in mid to late April. So I think the first 3, maybe four series will be maybe 5 are going to be gone. So it's like 12 to 20 games gone off the schedule. So at most, I think the baseball will probably play like about 140 games. Still a lot, but get a deal done. Crying out loud, get a deal done, please. I want to see Scherzer and DeGrom just rip apart the entire league, please. You idiots, can you make a deal done? I don't care if it's 14 teams in the playoffs, 12 teams in the playoffs. I don't give a shit. Just give me baseball this year. Man, come on. I want to do something in the spring besides go to Cyclone games. Come on. And Cyclones start. Actually, the Cyclones start in about a month from now. So, I mean, and those Cyclones tickets are pretty cheap if you live in a Brooklyn area like me and Nick do. So we can go to Cyclone games for the entire season if we wanted to, but we're not. But I mean, I will be going to some games here and there, probably in April or maybe during the season. But pretty not cheap, but at most I think they're like $20 a ticket or something like that. I gotta check again, but it depends where you sit, of course. So, but it's usually sold out. But there's some tickets that are still on sale. I mean, the tickets are on sale now, so if you want to go to a Cyclone game, go do it. So I'll see what happens with that. I wanted to go to the opening weekend series because they open like the week before Easter. So I wanted to go to that home series during Easter. They had like $2 for a seat on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I tried to go to the website. I couldn't get in because it looked like all the seats were taken. I'm like, how did that happen? But it is what it is. Not that many seats in that section, and I don't know how many rows are in that section, but couldn't get them. So I may still go to that weekend series. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I might go to that Saturday game because I think it's a Saturday. I think 6 o'clock game. I gotta check. So I might go to that game, and then we have Easter Sunday, which I'll be around for some of it, but. Yeah, I'll be with the family for Easter, and then that's pretty much it. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go to that series. I might be doing something else. So it is what it is. All right. So on this warm Monday evening, just about evening now, 6:12 in the evening here in the Northeast on March the 7th, 2022. It is time. It is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Revolution. Did you say you want a revolution? Review for March 6, 2022 from the Edition Arena in Orlando, Florida. Alright, so AEW's first pay-per-view of the year, and they came out with a good old-fashioned Gilmore Cutter, like, bang! Oh, just an amazing pay-per-view. The whole card was stacked. I can only imagine what Double or Nothing's going to be at the end of May, May 29th, right before Memorial Day. I can't wait for that in Vegas. Hey, if you got a ticket, you got an extra ticket or two, send it my way. I'd love to go to Vegas and never come back, but yeah, during Memorial Day weekend. But I know it's not going to come cheap, but if you got extra tickets, you got 2 extra tickets. Me and the missus will love to come with you. Pay for the room and the food, and that's just the room itself is gonna be, forget it, because I'm not gonna go during, I'm not gonna go to like that whole week. I'm not gonna spend a week in Vegas. I don't have that kind of money. I mean, come on now. I'd love to, but I would love to go to the Michelob Ultra Arena, whatever they're gonna have Dynamite and Rampage, probably Dark and Elevation tapings there too. And then the pay-per-view at the T-Mobile Center. But, I know it's a lot of money for that whole week, but if I go just for maybe just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe I can get Rampage tickets if somebody has one, but, stay at the Mandalay Bay Casino. Play the slots. But, yeah, we'll see. But I probably got other things happening at the end of May anyway. For Memorial Day weekend, I got other plans, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, we got Nick, we got Lauren here. Lauren says, Swerve and Regal are all elite. Yep, they are. I'll talk about those 2 lovely people in just a little bit. Alright, let's get this thing started. Let's not waste any time. We got Raw coming up in about a little over an hour and a half. Should be some interesting stuff. I got Edge coming out to explain what he did to AJ Styles last week. The Concerto turning heel just ahead of their match at WrestleMania. Probably the only good thing that might happen. I think it's going to be on night 1. I don't even know when it is, night 1 or night 2, but we'll see what happens with that. And besides Bianca and Becky Lynch, see, Becky's ribs are still intact after that whipping she took from Bianca's fake braid. But we all know it's fake. But it is what it is. But to kick off Raw, we got the tag team titles between the Alpha Academy, RK Bro, and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. I see a title change, but we'll see what happens with that. That's pretty much all that's going to happen on Monday Night Raw, besides Vader and possibly the Steiner Brothers getting announced for the Hall of Fame that was made today, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, let's get into this review. Let's not waste any more time. Got a wind advisory, by the way, here in the Northeast until 4 a.m., so hopefully it doesn't affect my, the rich man's dish tonight, but we'll see. We'll see. If I can't watch it live, then, I can't watch it live, so I'll have to watch the tape on the desktop, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, let's get into this. Let's not waste any time. Chat room's open for anybody who wants to come in, even you stupid little fart knocker trolls. But don't care about you, but because you're dumb. It is what it is. I'd like to say that line by a good friend, Lord Helmet. Evil is good because good is dumb. No, or is it evil wins because good is dumb? Put it there, Lone Star. Anyway, I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. But it is what it is. Great movie. Lauren says they might make the Steiners announcement on Tuesday. Yeah, possibly. There is talk on Ringside News that Ciampa and Braun Breaker are backstage tonight on Raw to set up to set up tomorrow's NXT Roadblock triple threat between Breaker, Ciampa, and Dolph Ziggler. So they're probably gonna have a tag team match tonight on Raw. Nobody cares, but But, at least Bron Breakker, hey, it's on Monday Night Raw! Yay! Makes his main roster / Raw debut tonight. Probably his only one, but, they're backstage, so we have more Ciampa on Raw. Thank you. But, can you bring Io up for maybe one night? Please? I don't know. It is what it is. Speaking of Io in Japanese, Asuka. Where is Asuka? There was a report on Ringside News that she's medically cleared. They just have nothing for her right now. Then I'm hearing Asuka saying that, I'm not medically cleared yet. What's going on? I can't tell you because I don't know. She can't tell me. She's like, oh, no. What? She's still locked in the dungeon, with Kyrie and Io. They're locked in the dungeon. They're never coming out. But it is what it is. But, yeah, as far as Asuka goes, I don't know what's going on with her. She may be coming back at the Raw after WrestleMania. Same thing with Bayley. Alexa Bliss kind of teased, like she said goodbye in a tweet, and everybody's panicking. It was going nuts, like, oh my god, Alexa Bliss is leaving the WWE. I don't think she's leaving the WWE. They just don't have anything for her right now. And like we say, Nick, Lauren, what do we say about WWE Creative? WWE Creative is uncreative about being creative. Oh, absolutely. Where's Lacey Evans? It is what it is. And we got one of those Russian trolls. You're out of here. One of those. Well, not from the Ukraine, because we love the Ukraine. Prayers to the Ukraine. Still getting bombarded. Who you? God damn. They're killing innocent civilians, fucking kids, babies. Fuck you, Putin. I like to put my foot up your Putin, if you know what I mean. Put my, I have a rifle, so I like to put my rifle right up your fucking Putin. Blow up your balls. But it is what it is. Well, yeah, they're still getting shelled, and Russia's thinking about taking over Odessa, which is I think one of the main cities besides Kiev. I pray for the Ukrainians. I wish they're staying strong. That's a good thing, but I mean, you got almost an armada like Russia coming into your country. You're just like fucked. Coming from all directions too. Coming from the Black Sea, they're coming from the north, the south, even in Belarus. Refugees they're trying to get out. Russia's like, oh, you can't get out. I read something, I think it was today or yesterday, 1.4 million more refugees left. They're going to Poland. They're going to other countries like Hungary, Romania, Poland, Romania, Hungary. I think maybe Czechoslovakia. They're going this way. And, Canada's actually allowing the Ukrainian refugees to come in if they can get a flight out. And the same thing for the United States. We're taking the Ukrainians in. I think that's great. Get them out of there before freaking Putin hits that button. He's close to hitting that button. And, Zelensky, President Zelensky, the great man from Ukraine, his diplomats are trying to talk to the diplomats of Russia. Third time they're talking. Nothing's getting done. It feels like freaking baseball. Can't get the deal done. But at least they're on 95 days of the lockout, or I don't know how many days. I don't know how many days of the lockout, but it is what it is, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna talk about this fucking war anymore. Hey, that rhymes. Anyway, let's talk about Revolution, shall we? I think we should. Alright, so Revolution, last night was fucking epic. I think, probably the candidate for the pay-per-view of the year. I know we got a lot more pay-per-views to come. Even Sacrifice, TNA Sacrifice this past weekend, which was the day before, wasn't even that bad. I mean, we had the return of Josh Alexander, who was fired by by Impact. Well, his work visa was gone, so somehow he came back last Saturday night, beat the crap out of Moose, so now he's gonna get his title shot, which really his rematch back. So at Rebellion, which is the next pay-per-view in April. Yeah, so Impact's doing some pretty good shit. Moose beating Heath Slater, that was easy, but the other match is Tasha Steelz. Big ups to Tasha Steelz, former we've seen her a lot in CZW, WSU, Shimmer, Shine, even at a WOW show. Nick remembers that. Nick remembers Tasha Steelz a couple times. Even Shotzi Blackheart was on a WOW show one time. I tried to get a picture and everything. I did talk to Tasha for a little bit, asking when she's gonna be in CZW and all that other shit. But but big ups to Tasha Steelz for winning the Impact Knockouts title. That's nice. Deonna Purrazzo, still the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion. Still the Reina del Reina AAA Women's Champion. Still don't know who she's gonna fight. But Nyla Rose put on Twitter, it's like, hey, I'm next. Yeah, next to get beat, but, And speaking of Nyla Rose, she's gonna be at the next WOW show called Hostile Takeover on, I forgot what date it is. I think it's April the 9th. It's April the 9th, actually, in Staten Island. That's the one before the Brooklyn show, Nick, so don't get a little discouraged. I don't know the date for the May show yet. I will be getting it from either Jay, the WWW Women's Champion, or Joey B. But I'm probably thinking it's the first or second week of May in Brooklyn, New York, and you know who's going to be there. Nick's going to be there, the crew is going to be there, and maybe the missus might be there. But we'll see when the date is and how it's going to go. But we'll get there when we get there. All right. So at the April 9th show, it's going to be Jay taking on Haley J. I think her name is Haley J. And Nyla Rose is coming back. So a triple threat women's title match. So Nyla can get the belt back for the third time. Well, really don't. For the third time. I think it's the third time or fourth time, but I could be wrong. But we'll see what happens with that. Plus, many more stars at that show. I think Sin Cara is going to be on that show. Yeah, who cares about Sin Cara? Alright, let's finally get to Revolution. Alright, so Revolution begins from the Edition Arena in Orlando, Florida, and our commentary team, as always. Let me just check my thing. Okay. Commentary team, as always, the man behind the mask, Excalibur, Tony, the legend, wait for it, Gary, legendary Tony Baloney Schiavone, and good old JR, barbecue sauce. So, their commentary, we had Tony Schiavone and Excalibur on the buy-in, which was at 7 o'clock on YouTube, which had almost 100,000 people watching that. Not bad, but it could have been more, but it is what it is. We got that. Alright, so we started the buy-in with Layla Hirsch and Chris Statlander, who had interesting, she had an interesting, Titantron. So it comes out, and I'm like, we see somebody guy do this. I'm like, oh my god, Kenny Omega! No, it's not Kenny Omega, but I'll get to that in a minute about Kenny. But yeah, so they had this match, pretty good match though, to kind of maybe end their feud. There was some chicanery in there, but in the end, Lita was on the floor. She pulls out a spare turnbuckle thingy, like a pipe or whatever it is. Statlander goes to pick her up, and then Lita goes boing, right on Statlander's head, knocks her out because the referee's too busy doing something else. Then she hits the double jump moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Layla Hirsch picks up the win in almost 10 minutes. Wasn't a bad match, per se, but Layla gets the win. I don't know if this feud is going to continue, but we got that. So I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after that, after the match, Red Velvet comes down to check on Chris Statlander, so there may be a Layla Hirsch Red Velvet match coming your way, probably on Dark Elevation or Dark, or maybe on Rampage. I personally don't care. Well, I mean, they're two great athletes, but I just don't care. It is what it is. Alright, match number 2 in the buy-in. We got QT Marshall, not, taking on, well, 7-foot man! You know who he is, no, not me, but got a good friend, Hook. So Hook takes on QT Marshall, and this feud's been going on for weeks. Finally, we get this match, and think you knew what was coming. Hook wins with the red rum after QT Marshall runs to the buckle, tries to flip over, and Hook just knocked in the Kata Hajime, or the red rum, whatever you want to call it. And QT Marshall taps out like a drunk man, like he is, because he's a jobber. But it is what it is. So Hook wins again. I don't even know what his record is at this point. But he gets another win, a little bit longer match than we've seen from Hook, 5 minutes. So Hook gets the win. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad. So not a bad pre-show so far. But get that. Alright. The final match on the pre-show, on the buy-in, excuse me. We had the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, or Buddy Murphy, whatever you want to call him, taking on the Death Triangle of Penta Obscuro, which means Penta Dark for you dumb people that don't know Spanish. I got my Spanish from Taco Bell. Anyway, Penta Obscuro, Pac, the Bastard, and Eric Redbeard, or Eric Rowan, with Alex Abrahantes, or as I call them, Darth Maul. Did you see how Alex Abrahantes looked when he came out? I was like, oh my god, is that Darth Maul? Like, what the hell? Anyway, this was a pretty good match. All over the place. Eric Redbeard did, he hasn't lost a step. Starts up with, I think it was, starts off with Buddy Matthews and Pentagon. Whew. Doing flippity-dippity-doos in the ring, the stalemates. It was fucking great. The first, minute or so was just great. And then, Brody King comes in, and he was about to go head-to-head with, Eric Rowan, and blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the finish real quick, because I don't want to waste too much time in this match. There's this part of the match where, they were out on the outside. Penta hits the Fear Factor on the apron. Ouch. They go back in. Buddy Matthews stomps Pac, and then Malachi Black kicks Pac in the face. Only have Eric Rowan come back in, and they have a big old stare down between, I think it was Buddy Matthews and Eric Rowan. But anyway, so Eric Rowan grabs Buddy Matthews by the throat, looks for a choke slam, but Malachi Black kicks him in the face, which doesn't really do anything. Then he grabs Black by the throat, choke slams him. He goes for the choke slam, and then Malachi Black goes, Black miss right in the face. And Eric Rowan was going like this, half the match, something wrong with his eye. Maybe got poked in the eye, I don't know. And then Buddy Matthews hits the V trigger, which sets up Brody King's over-the-shoulder pound driver. 1, 2, 3. The House of Black get the win. And there you go. It is what it is. So, I went up. Where'd I go? I think I went 2-1. Yeah, I went 2-1 on the pre-show because I lost the. I don't know. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, because I had Statlander in the first match. Alright, so I went 2-1 in the pre-show matches. Not bad. And that's it. So I gave that match 3.25 out of 5 stars. That's it. So good pre-show. And now we get to the main show, because that's the better part. We start off with an interesting first match. We had Eddie Kingston taking on Chris Jericho, Le Champion, the Demo God, the Influencer, whatever you want to call him. In a grudge match. This was very good. very good match. You know, they had a stalemate to start, then they start going at it. Jericho hits a German suplex, and he starts giving, smiling, like evil Jericho, everything. He hits the moonsault, the lion salt, and he had a move in position, because he didn't really hit most of it. Yeah, exactly, Nick. We'll get to that in a minute. Eddie comes back with a desperation lariat. Jericho pulls him into the walls of Jericho, which Eddie Kingston gets out of by reaching the ropes. But Eddie comes back with a Saito suplex. Then a big spinning back fist knocks Jericho almost out. Goes for the cover. Eddie gets 2 out of that, and he's kind of miffed at that. Goes for a Northern Lights bomb. He gets counted into the code breaker. Jericho gets a cover for 2. Jericho's like, ah! Then Eddie goes up, gets caught with another suplex, but he pops back up. Jericho cuts him off with another code breaker, which he could have finished him off there, but he goes for the Juice Effect elbow and he missed. Then we got not 1, but 2 wicked spinning back fists, knocking Jericho clear out. And then Eddie finishes him off, locks him in the stretch plum, which is like, puts his head like this, and he stretches his arm like that. Kind of weird Japanese-like finisher that I'd never seen him use before. But he made Jericho tap out. So Eddie Kingston gets the big one. Eddie did it! And so Eddie did it, gets the win. Little over 12 minutes. Very good match. I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Eddie's like, did I just win? Did I won? Yes, you did. You did win. So he's checking with Aubrey Edwards, like, did I win? And Aubrey Edwards and Jericho had a moment, Aubrey's like yelling at him, and then Jericho pushes Aubrey Edwards, and Aubrey's like, bitch, you just did not do that. Pushes Jericho back, and Jericho's like, you bitch. That was funny. I like that, but we'll move on from there. Alright, so after the match, Eddie's shocked that he won, and Aubrey was like, you won. So he goes to shake Jericho's hand, because Jericho said, if you win, I will shake your hand and say you were the better man. Jericho thinks about it and he's like, fuck it. And he leaves the ring, and Eddie King's like, fuck. So I don't know if there's going to be another match in their feud, possibly a rematch coming up. But we'll see what happens with that. We got a lot of stuff going on in the next few weeks. Next week, next Wednesday is St. Patrick's Day Smash. Which is going to be a pretty big show. This week's going to be big too. Scorpio Sky gets his title shot against Sammy Guevara. The winner of that faces Wardlow, which I'll get to in a minute, for the TNT title on St. Patrick's Day Smash. Title change, can you say? But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Eddie Kingston and Jericho this Wednesday on the program. But still, great match. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we got a rundown of the card. Get that. Alright, match number 2 for the AEW Tag Team titles. We had Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry, or Jungle Man Jack Perry these days, because he's bagging Anna Jay, lucky son of a bitch. They take on, part of the Super Elite, or the Super Undisputed Era of the Elite. We got Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, Odo Parts, and Bobby Fishsticks. They're taking on the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson. Epic match. All over the place. Lots of flippy dippity doos. Luchasaurus comes in. Even that stooge Brandon gets involved. I'm not going to get into all of it because it's a very long match. 18.5-minute match for a 20-minute time limit. But I'll go over some highlights here and there. Get a moonsault off the apron, takes out Red Dragon. I think that was by Luchasaurus. The Bucks are back up to kick Luchasaurus down, but Luchasaurus comes back, plants Matt for a near fall. Matt's holding his back. He's always been hurt, but it is what it is. Matt winds up on Luchasaurus' shoulders, which allows Jungle Boy to run the corner, hit a top rope clothesline, almost like a doomsday device for a near fall. Luchasaurus then gets kicked down by, but O'Reilly is back in to kick away at Matt. And then Jungle Boy goes to the apron to kick Matt in the back again. Red Dragon grabs a short DDT into a wheelbarrow suplex for a near fall. Kyle hits the top rope King Kong Bundy-like knee. Or King Kong knee like Ishii, but to Jungle Boy's leg. Ouch. Then he locks in the knee bar, which is broken up. Luchasaurus chokeslams Nick off the top rope. Kyle comes in with a front chancery to Luchasaurus, but Jungle Boy comes off the top with a shooting star press to both of them to break up the hold. And then Red Dragon hits the high-low on Jungle Boy. Looked like they're about to win the match, excuse me. Matt comes in for the save, goes after Jungle Boy. Kyle has to make the save this time. Matt pissed off, like, hey, what are you doing? Don't we're teammates. What's going on here? They go for more bang for your buck and miss. That's something you don't see every day. But, get that. But anyway, where was I? I lost my spot. Alright, so they hit the high-low, they miss more bang for your buck. We get a Hurricane Rana into a German suplex, takes the Bucks basically out of the, well, not out of the match, takes them down. Luchasaurus hits his big dive to the floor, knocking out Red Dragon and almost everybody. They go back in, they hit Jurassic Express on Matt. 1, 2, 3. Damn. So Jurassic Express retains the AEW Tag Team titles. Pretty good match still. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I was hoping Red Dragon will win, but maybe next time. We'll see what happens with that. And that's it. So pretty good Tag Team title match. And 3.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad. Not too bad. We get that. Also, I forgot about on the buy-in, Tony Schiavone's in the ring, and he said something about Kenny, he was saying something, and Kenny Omega's music hits. I'm like, oh, Kenny's back! Kenny's back! He's gonna give us an update on his condition. But then Don Callis comes out. I was like, oh, you thought it was Kenny, right? Blah blah blah. Talks a bunch of shit. And then he says, I guarantee that Adam Cole, baby, will win the AEW World title, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking, oh, he's going to help Adam Cole win the title. And then Kenny comes back, he's like, hey, what are you doing? I thought you were with me. We were supposed to 69, Don. Obviously not. So we get that. So that was kind of interesting. Anybody notice a hooded cameraman during the event? I thought that was gonna be somebody was coming out, like maybe Cesaro or somebody else was coming out, but get that. Here's what it is. Alright. Then we got a video for the Face of the Revolution match. Coming up next, match number 3. Keith Lee taking on Powerhouse Will Hobbs, Wardlow, Ricky Starks, Orange Cassidy, and Christian! This match was insane. Insane ladder match. You got 3 monsters in the ring, plus 3 high flyers. Ricky Starks, Orange Cassidy, and Christian. Old man Christian, in his type of match, a ladder match. He's been known for that ladder match. Even Keith Lee at one point, for the North American title, but it is what it is. And then, I was thinking, like, this has got to be one of the big men is going to win this one. So I was thinking maybe Keith Lee was going to win this. Nope, I was wrong. 6 spots galore in this match. Lee goes to the ladder. Waldo was like picks it up and like they have a stare down. And then Team Taz starts double teaming Keith Lee. Cassidy makes the save, puts the ladder around his head. He does the old Cherry Funk, ladder spin. I mean, that's legendary, but it is what it is. Then Hobbs and Lee grab the ladder. While Cassie's, in the ladder doing the helicopter, they grab it. They pick up Orange Cassidy while he's in the ladder. He's like, oh, shit. And then Orange Cassidy flips over the ladder and gets on top of the ladder. He's about to win the match, but then his legs go, whoop! And he goes balls first right into the ladder. Oof. That was a 6 spot. Oof. Then the ladder is laying in the corner. Hobbs superplexes Orange Cassidy back down. Ouch. Six spots galore. Then there's a part where all three big men, Hobbs, Wardlow, and Keith Lee, they go up. Lee, Uncle Phil, goes like, he does a whoosh, throws him off the ladder, throws off Cassidy like 60 feet off the ladder to the floor. Oh God, I don't know how he survived. And he got injured in the match, by the way. Him and Starks almost had a really scary moment. He came down on a bad spot. He almost killed himself again, but it is what it is. But anyway, let's get near the end. They ripped. They had Wardlow and Hobbs go up top. They grabbed the brass ring, or the Sonic ring, whatever you want to call it. Then they go down. I'm like, grab the thing! What are you doing? And they start going at it. And everybody's going, yeah. So they start going at it, and then JR's like, go back in the ring. Blah blah blah. Then Lee and Hobbs went up on the announcer's desk. The ring announcer's desk. Waldo comes in to shove both of them off the stage. Oh, yeah, it was the announcer's table. I'm sorry. Waldo comes in and shoves both Keith Lee and Hobbs off the stage through the table. That was sick. They go back in. Starks takes Christian down. And then, Mr. Danhausen! Mr. Danhausen! I will curse you! He comes in, curses Ricky Starks. He gets knocked off the ladder. That's probably the spot where he almost got hurt very bad. But Starks was able to make the save as Christian went up top to get the ring. And then Waldo powerbombs Christian down very hard. He's out. Then he powerbombs Ricky Starks off the ladder onto a bridged ladder. Then he goes up top. He was the only one left. He pulls down the Sonic brass ring, or the donut, whatever you want to call it. He grabs it, pulls it down. He wins the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and he gets a TNT title shot next week on the program on St. Patrick's Day Smash against Sammy Guevara or Scorpio Sky. And I think it's going to be Sammy. And then I think we're going to... Excuse me. Too much beer. I think we're going to get a new TNT champion on March the 16th. That's going to be Wardlow. He's going to go on his monster run pretty soon. That's all I got to say about that. He's going to win and probably hold the belt for a few months. But we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on. But great match. A 4 out of 5 stars. That's it. Alright, after that, we go to the entrance ramp. We have Tony Baloney on the ramp. No, not Baloney on the ramp. That sounds weird. Alright, Tony Baloney Schiavone's on the ramp. And he brings out what we thought was Paige Van Zandt, which is supposed to sign her contract. So I don't know what happened. But anyway, Shane Strickland, or Swerve Strickland, comes out, signs his contract. He says he's happy to be here. Tells us all about all the titles he's going to win. But first, he needs to ask, whose house is this? He knows house, Swerve's house. So the fans like, hey, it's Swerve's house. And that was basically it. So yeah, Shane Strickland's debut in AEW. Well, his pay-per-view debut. So that's pretty nice. So we're gonna see what happens with Shane Swerve Strickland in AEW. And get that. More to come. More surprises to come in the later weeks and months. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright, after that, we go to, go to something. Go to that. Alright, I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. Be right back. Right back. Ooh. Ah. Alright, had to grind the lizard. My big schlong, as I say. Alright, okay, before we get to the next match, Nick says Revolution was an epic pay-per-view, would be better than WrestleMania. Oh yeah. 1,000,000% there, Nick. 1,000,000%. Right. WrestleMania looks like garbage. Not that many big matches on even on night 1 or 2. Besides Brock and Roman for the unified title. Supposedly the unified title. Winner take all, whatever you want to call it. Then you got Bianca and Becky. Nah. And then, I mean, on night 1, the main event is Charlotte and Ronda Rousey. You know, we all know Ronda's winning the belt there. Miz and Logan Paul against the Mysterios. Nobody cares. Austin Theory against Pat McAfee. I think it's going to be on night 2. Nobody cares. And then you got, I mean, I think basically Edge and AJ is just like, I could put it on either night and it'd be great. That's the only good match I'm actually looking forward to besides the unification match. That's it. I could care less about the rest of the card for night 1 or 2. And I shouldn't even be in 2 nights. Bring it back to 1 night. That's it. 1 night, 3 hours, that's it. Because 2 nights is just too much. And you got NXT earlier on WrestleMania Saturday at 12 o'clock with Stand and Deliver. That's going to be 2.5 hours at least. And then you got to wait till all the way up to about 6 o'clock with the fucking pre-show. Too much shit. But yeah, WrestleMania's gonna suck. Probably be the worst WrestleMania since WrestleMania 9 and 11. And you know how bad 9 was? I mean, really, 9 was probably the worst in history next to... And 11 is like number 2. So this could be really, really, really bad. But we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks, about 3-4 weeks from now. That's that. Alright, but yeah, I agree with Nick. WrestleMania's gonna suck. But we'll see. They can surprise us. Who knows? Alright, let's get back to Revolution. Like I said, Isaiah Swerve Scott, or Shane Swerve Strickland, is now officially signed with AEW. I think that's pretty nice. Put him in the TNT title division, or put him in any match with anybody. They'll just have a freaking great match with them. But we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. Alright, we go to our next match for the TBS title. That bitch! Jade Cargill, 28-0. I thought she was 29-0 at this point, but... You know, going for number 30, but... Anyway, she's 28-0, going up against the Brazilian Hottie. Ooh, caliente, chai, cante. You know, with Anna Jay at ringside, Jade Cargill, as always, had Mark Sterling at ringside, and Jade came out looking like Jade from Mortal Kombat. Not as great as Selena Vega cosplaying as Jade, or Vega from Street Fighter. But, you know, she gave it a good try. And she has some good, big, fat, black guitarist playing a mean old twanger. I thought that was nice. I think that guy was playing her theme song to the ring. But it is what it is. Alright, so it was an okay match. A little bit of a cool down from the ladder match. So it starts out with Ty trying to, play ground and pound with Jade Cargill. That ain't gonna work. And then Jade starts mocking Ty's martial arts moves a little bit. So Ty sends her into the corner with some running shot to face. Then a swinging DDT hits, connects with Cargill's feet under the rope, so no count there. Cargill then heads out of the ring, so Ty goes up for a big flippy dippity doo, but doesn't hit Jade. She takes out smart Mark Sterling. So, sucks to be you. And then Jade kicks Conti right in the face, takes over, but Conti comes back, kicks her right back down inside the ring. Jade tries to come back with Jaded, and then gets countered by Ty, tries for the DD Ty. That gets broken up, so Jade grabs a roll-up, only to be kicked off into a chair. surprisingly, was there by Anna Jay. Got that. Then Ty hits the DDT for a near fall. But Jay comes back with the Eye of the Storm. Hey, somebody learned the Hurricane move. So she hits Eye of the Storm for a near fall of her own. Then she goes up top, hits a big frog splash. A full move, she hits a frog splash for another near fall. But Ty comes back with a pile driver. As both women go down, Jay kicks her off, and Ty hits the camera on top of the ring post, probably knocked her out. And then Jade picks up a probably unconscious Ty Conti and hits Jaded. 1, 2, 3. Jade Cargill gets the win to go 29-0 to retain the TBS That Big Show title. Not the Big Show, but That Big Show title. So I thought she was 30-0, but she's 29-0 from what the graphics said. But still a pretty decent match. I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. So who could beat Jade Cargill at this point? Nyla sent a tweet, but I don't know that she's gonna be next. I mean, I think Jade's just basically gone through almost the entire roster. The only person I think that could take her out is probably either Deonna Purrazzo or Athena. That's Ember Moon. Or me, I would say Tegan Nox. I doubt Tegan Nox will be able to do it. So it's probably going to be between, I think, Deonna Purrazzo and Ember Moon or Athena. That's the only 2 people I can think of right now. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But still, pretty decent match. 3 out of 5 stars. Almost a 7-minute match. That's pretty much it. Alright, then we got a video on the CM Punk MJF feud, which leads up to the dog collar match. So we get to that. MJF, Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker taking on CM Punk. MJF comes out in a robe. And he kind of trolled us because Cult of Personality hit. And it was like, yeah, CM Punk's coming out, yeah. But then we see, then it changes to MJF's crappy music, and then I was like, fuck, So he comes out, blah blah blah, and then we're thinking that Punk would come out to Cult of Personality. No, the lights go out, and Jay was like, hey, somebody forgot to pay the phone bill. I mean, not the phone bill, the electric bill. The lights are out, and then the lights come back on, big spotlights on the ramp, and then we hear Masaya Kantare by AFI, which is Punk's first theme in Ring of Honor, his old theme in Ring of Honor, before he changed it to Cult of Personality, which was great. I was like, oh my god, I'm having visions of 2005. Oh. He comes out with Masaya Kantare by AFI, and his old theme, his old gear from circa 2005, 2006. I mean, the same gear he fought Raven in that dog collar match. So I went nuts. I was like, oh my god, I'm having flashbacks. But still, it was it. This match was fucking brutal. I think this was match of the night. In my eyes, I think this was match of the night. Blood. Both men busted wide open. This crazy stuff. Just some crazy stuff. Punk was already busted open early. Punk comes back with a running knee in the corner, but the Bulldog is countered with a pull the chain. Punk's back already has big chain marks wrapped around it. Then we get the chain shot to the head. Opens Punk wide open. He's gushing blood. And then MJF goes to the outside, and he goes to the ring announcer's table. It's like, give me the fucking mic, like Scott Steiner. He tells Punk to quit on the people, like Punk quit on him, and then Punk's like, eat shit. So Punk uses the chain to pull MJF off the middle rope. Then we get a Russian leg sweep with the chain. Then MJF is back with the sleeper. Like he beat Punk the first time, using the chain. Punk somehow gets out of it, only to get caught in Assault of the Earth. But that gets broken up, because you have to win by pinfall submission, of course. That gets broken up. Punk grabs the Anaconda Vice which MJF gets out of. MJF sends him to the apron, goes for the Heat Seeker power driver, but gets countered and leaves both men down again. Then a chained knee shot to MJF's face busts him wide open. So, humongous blood shed in this match. Not as great as, Rowdy Piper and Greg Valentine, or Raven and Punk, or even Brody Lee, God rest that man's mighty soul, and Cody. But this one was pretty damn bloody. But get that. So he gets busted wide open. They continue to go at it. Punk tries to go for the GTS, but his leg gave out after the knee shot with the chain. He was grabbing his leg like Peter Griffin. Got that. Then MJF hits the knee with a chained fist as they go to the apron. Punk hits a tombstone power driver to knock MJF silly. His knee's still banged up. Blah blah blah. Then he hits the running knee in the corner. Then he hits the he bites actually MJF hits the knee. Gets out of the bulldog. Punk gets out of the bulldog. Punk suplex on the tacks, because tacks were involved in this match too. Gets blocked, and then the Pepsi plunge gets blocked. So MJF superplexes Punk not on the tacks, but right near the tacks, which is almost could have been really bad. But MJF gets a near fall out of that. Then MJF somehow gets unhooked from the chain. So he calls Wardlow to come out, as I think Paul Turner had to refigure the chain or something like that. So Wardlow comes out. He can't find the ring. He's like, well, I don't know where it is. Punk then grabs him, hits the GTS. Could have won the match there. And then MJF falls right into the tacks. Ow. And then Punk looks at Wardlow, and then Wardlow is like, ooh, there it is. Here you go, Punk. Throws the ring to Punk. Punk puts the ring on, knocks MJF right in the mush with the dynamite diamond ring. Then he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins a very bloody, very brutal dog collar match. Almost 26 and a half minutes. They went to war, blood, this crazy stuff. But CM Punk gets his revenge from Chicago, and that's pretty much it. But this match was great. It's awesome, bloody, fucking brutal match. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I don't care what you people think of my ratings. I don't give a shit. And that's it. So we get that. After the match, Punk mentions that he wants the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Interesting. We'll see what happens with that. And that's it. But 4.5 out of 5 stars. Awesome match. That's all I gotta say about that. And we'll move on from there. I'll probably see a third match coming, probably in the next, but maybe in the next couple weeks. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, then we get a recap of the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker feud for the women's title. Baker says she's at the top of the women's division, and Thunder Rosa says she's gonna become the champion. We'll see what happens with that. All right, so we get to that match. Britt Baker, baby, DMD, baby, takes on Thunder Rosa. Yay! Not that Rosa, of course. But anyway, all right. So Britt comes out with her posse, Jamie Hayter and Rebel, and Thunder Rosa comes out looking like $1 million. It was an okay match, nothing great. Let's get near the end of the match. Britt hits a sliding lariat. Thunder Rosa hits a sliding lariat on Britt Baker for a near fall. Baker comes right back with a knockdown on her own. Then she gets the glove from Rebel. Tries to go for the lockjaw. It doesn't work. Baker goes to the corner where we see a super air raid crash. Gets 2 for Thunder Rosa. Gets back up with the tombstone, and hits it. But the referee was distracted by Rebel to prevent a count. Then we get the choke to make by Thunder Rosa to make Baker tap, but once again the Rebel still distracting the referee, showing her boobies and all that stuff. Then Thunder Rosa had enough. She spears Rebel through the ropes, knocking her out. Then she gets back in, and she shouldn't have got back in because Britt Baker comes in, hits the stomp. 1, 2, 3. Britt Baker's still your AEW Women's World Champion. They have a new belt, which I love the new belt. It looks great. I think all the belts are going to be changed. That's from what I heard. Looked pretty damn good, but that's all I got to say about that. But Britt Baker gets the win. Match was alright. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know who's going to beat Britt Baker at this point. It's either going to be Jade Cargill or maybe Deonna Purrazzo. Or maybe Jade Cargill, and it might unify that belt, but we'll see what happens with that. That's pretty much it. 3 out of 5 stars for that. Pretty decent match. We'll get that. We move on. Alright, then we got a video for the Bryan Danielson Jon Moxley match. Moxley's back after rehab. Danielson wants the two of them to join forces. Moxley's like, well, I'll only join you if we shed blood together. You know, I don't walk with somebody until I bleed with them, so we get that. Alright, so we got the Moxley and Danielson. Whew. This match was almost match of the night, but they went at it. They busted each other wide open. Fucking sick match. They slugged it out during the beginning of the match. And then Danielson started firing off the yes kicks. He verses one of them into a dragon screw leg whip. Then it's time for his yes kicks. I mean, well, Moxley hit his, and then Danielson hit his. It is what it is. Blah, blah, blah. Moxley bails to the floor before he comes back in and gets kicked in the corner. Then a shot to the ribs slows Moxley down. Then a running kick in the corner makes it even worse. And Daniel's like, how's that, Mox? Then we get the guillotine. Moxley gets out, sends Danielson to the outside for a suicide dive. And Danielson's not ready, and Moxley just face planted on the floor. Ouch. Look at that. They slug it out some more. I mean, both men then got busted open at one point. Blah, 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 blah. We're getting to the end. We get a running knee, gives Danielson a near fall, so he stomps on Moxley's head, trying to knock him out, trying to lock in the triangle choke. He locks it in with the elbows to the head, and he tries to do, his thing when he does that, and he wins the match. But Moxley got creative by grabbing the beard of Danielson. He's got a beard. He's a man. He's 40. No. He grabs Danielson's beard, punches him right in the face over and over and over again. Then somehow, I think the pin was all messed up. Moxley manages to flip over into a cradle, and pins Danielson 1, 2, 3 at a little over 21 minutes. And then Danielson gets up, is like, what the hell? I mean, I think Paul Turner's like, no, Bryce. I'm sorry. It was Bryce. He's like, 1, 2, 3, you're out. He's the winner. So we get that. Match was alright. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. But after the match, it gets a little bit interesting. They fight after the match. Referees try to come out. That doesn't work. And then William Regal, of all people, comes out. And he makes his AEW debut, gets in between them. They're still trying to go at it. Regal pushes Moxley back and slaps him right in the face. Then he headbutts Moxley in the head. Then Daniels is all laughing like, oh, look what he did. And then Regal's like, what? Smacks Danielson right in the face. Then he orders them to shake hands after the match. And then, well, that's what they do. They shake hands after the match. So, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know what Regal's going to be doing. Maybe he's going to be like a GM or maybe what he did in NXT. Kind of like a GM, a dog tie figure. Or something. He's going to be something maybe in the back or something like that. But since Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, hey, why don't you have Regal be like the GM or a commissioner or something like that? And, well, if Cody supposedly comes back, do something with Cody, but I don't know what's going to happen with Cody at this point. The talks with WWE have fizzled out. I don't know what's going to happen with Cody, and I personally don't care. But Tony Khan is booking Ring of Honor now. I can only imagine what's going to happen at Supercard of Honor. I'm gonna go nuts if we see the Briscoes and FTR. And I think that might happen. Because from what the Briscoes have been saying on their Facebook page and their YouTube page and their, well, not the YouTube, their Facebook page and their Twitter page and their Instagram pages. They've been like talking FTR up the wazoo and talking about the Hardys up the wazoo too. So, and there's a little tease from Matt Hardy that Jeff Hardy might appear this week on Dynamite, even though his contract doesn't end until March the 12th, which is the Saturday. So, I would not be surprised if Jeff Hardy is on Dynamite this Wednesday night to join the Hardy Family Order or the AFHO or whatever it is now, but we get that. Alright, so great to see William Regal, but I don't know what they're going to do with him. But Regal's not going to come out and say, War Games! I don't even know what he's going to say if he comes out. It sounds like, blood and guts! That doesn't sound right. But, you know, War Games sounds better. But unless they can get, well, I don't think they can't get the, the trademark for War Games last NXT now, so can't get that. So I don't know what's going to happen with Regal at this point. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we get a rundown on what's going to happen on Dynamite this week. We know Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky for the TNT title. And then the aftermath of Revolution as well. Then Wardlow is going to get a title shot on St. Patrick's Day Smash next Wednesday, March the 16th, from San Antonio, Texas, where my good buddy Chase is going to be. So that's kind of cool. Let's see what happens with all that. And we'll move on. Alright, let's finish this bad boy up. Yeah, we've got 2 matches left, and we'll move on. Oh, I lost my spot. Okay. Alright, then we go to match number, I think this is match number 9 or 10. I forgot what it is. Six-man trios match. Darby, Sting, and Sammy Guevara taking on Andrade, Isaiah Cassidy, and Matt Hardy. Still, it was a pretty great match. They go into the stands, tables galore. Butcher and the Blade set up a bunch of tables. Sammy Guevara goes up by the ramp and does a Spanish fly off the one of the things on the ramp through 2 tables. I thought both of them were dead almost. Only one of them broke. Find the table. Then we see the Butcher and Blade come up with more tables, like stacked up, and looked like we were about to do a triple table spot. It was like 2 tables here, 2 tables here. We get that, and then Sting and Andrade are beating the crap out of each other in the stands, and then Andrade gets knocked over the rail onto the table, and then 62-year-old Sting challenges inner New Jack, motherfucker. What'd you think of that spot there, New Jack? Well, he's a motherfucker. Don't say that about Sting. He's 62, motherfucker. Anyway, so he jumps off the rail and does his best New Jack, squashes Andrade through all those tables. Oof. Finally get back in the ring. Darby's like going at it, just going berserk. Matt's beating on Darby with a chair. And then Sting somehow gets out of that wreckage, makes the save with a Scorpion Death Drop. Then Darby goes up top, goes for the Coffin Drop and missed, but somehow he got the pin anyway. Okay. So maybe a botched finish there, but anyway, they get the win. Obviously, I knew they were going to win anyway. Alright, so we get that. A little over 13 minutes for the match. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, so I gave that match 3.25 out of 5 stars. I think the AFHO are gonna break up pretty soon because Jeff Hardy's gonna be coming in pretty soon. So we get that. But still, pretty decent match. 3.25 out of 5 stars for that match. Alright, then we go to the Battle of the Atoms, the main event, if you will. Battle of the Atoms for the AEW World Heavyweight title. Hangman Adam Page taking on Adam Cole, baby! We get that. Adam Cole came out with Halo-themed gear. Nice. And then Hangman Adam Page comes out, like a cowboy. JR is like, hey, is that a new belt? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I mean, they are kind of changing the looks of the belts and everything, but I mean, what the whatever. The fans were just mental. Their fucking marks on, let's go Adam. Adam sucks. You know, this is Adam. You know, weird fucking shit. You know, Adam forever, something like that. Just weird fucking chants.
Can you stop yelling through the whole program?
Rosa doesn't like me screaming through the program. I'm gonna scream at you. But we go on. Alright, let's finish this all before Rosa screams at me even more. Alright, so, I can't even think of where I was now. Alright, so, Cole hits a Ligo bomb, during the match. He tries to hit the Panama Sunrise, gets blocked, and both of them go down. Go to the floor, apron powerbomb sets up a moonsault to the floor, by Adam Page, goes for the buckshot, and doesn't work. And then Cole, like I said, hits the Ligo bomb. Gets up, gets shoved back. Cole then super kicks him out of midair. Page comes back with a dead eye for a near fall. They get back up, they go back and forth. Paul calls him into a crossface. But Page is right there for the rope, so Cole slams on his arm a little bit into the apron. They go back in, and we get a tombstone. I think it was by Adam Cole for a near fall. Page is right back up with some shots to the face. Cole reverses a suplex into a bling buster with the Ushikoroshi on the knee for a near fall. Cole's not happy about it. They go up top again. Page hits a backflip world's strongest slam. Interesting. For a near fall. Then Red Dragon come out to break up the buckshot. Cole super kicks Page to the floor, then hits the Panama City Sunrise on the floor. Then they go back in. Cole tries for the cover, and Adam Page kicks out. Red Dragon tries a distraction, which allowed Cole to kick Page right in the nuts. Then he hits another Panama City Sunrise, sets off the boom, hits that. Looks like we're about to get a new champion, but Page somehow kicks out of 2. Then they go back at it. The buckshot is countered with a super kick. Page drops down to avoid another boom. Then we see Red Dragon putting up the ringside table at ringside. Page hits the Deadeye off the apron through the table. Yeesh, that was sick. Then the Dark Order all come out. So I'm brawling with Red Dragon. I was like, hey, where the hell are the Bucks? We get that, which led Page to hit the buckshot. Looks like he was about to retain, but Cole kicked out of 2 as Cole gets his hand underneath the rope. With nothing else going on for Page to do, Page uses his belt, his little belt on his trunks, to tie Cole to the rope, like Cole tied Page to the rope last week with duct tape. Then he offers some super kicks. Cole lost a tooth. Oh boy. Cole then somehow gets out of that. Page knocks him down again, sets up his own version of the boom. He hits that. Then he goes to the outside, hits a buckshot lariat, flippy-dippity-doo. Adam Cole goes 360, almost lands on his goddamn neck. And Page goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Damn. Adam Page retains the AEW World Heavyweight title in almost 26 minutes. But still, pretty damn good match. I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. I was hoping Adam Cole will win the belt, but might be later than I thought it would be. Maybe by double or nothing, but we'll see what happens with that. Or maybe sooner than that, who knows. Alright, so we got all that. Alright, so like I said, 3.5 out of 5 stars for the match. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so that's it for Revolution. I gave Revolution 8.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below in the comments section, or whatever you want to do. And that's it. Don't forget to smash that like button to death. Smash the subscribe button on this channel, my other channels as well. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And blah 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 blah. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to smash that bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright, so 8.5 out of 10 stars for Revolution. And that's all my time I got. Thank you all for watching. So I'm going to enjoy this, rest of this warm Monday night before it gets really cold in the morning, because I got work in the morning, but it is what it is. And that's it. So I'm gonna enjoy Monday Night Raw coming up in about 42 minutes. Probably not gonna do the Raw review later tonight. Probably be doing it sometime tomorrow, depending on if I got any thing to do. We'll see what happens with tomorrow. But kind of busy. That's why the reviews come out late, or I didn't do my predictions for Revolution, even though I put it in the community tab on my Killer Demons channel. And I didn't do SmackDown and Rampage this week because I had other business to attend to. So I apologize for that. So that's why, like I said, I'm not going to be on YouTube that much because I'm pretty much busy. So if you don't like it, well, too bad. That's it. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Nick and Lauren, my tribal chief and my tribal queen of the chat. Thank you all. Thank you both for coming in. And I'll talk to you guys later. And that's it. But that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching. Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your cool coot. Or with anything else out. Just don't splash on me. But anyway, if you're not down with that, ladies and gentlemen, me, Lauren, Nick, and the entire prophecy, we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's all I gotta say about that. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.